Hi guys, so I'm doing this video to give you a way or to show you a way that you can search for apartments in the Philippines. If you're on a tight budget, you can put in your search parameters or your budget range, and then you can search specific areas in the Philippines. And I'm going to go through that process with you right here. If you go to this site, OLXPH, you can pull this up. And then if you come down to the bottom, you'll see this real estate listing and then for rent. You want to click on that right there. That brings you to the for rent page. So everything for rent in the Philippines is going to be listed over here. So let's search, let's narrow the parameters and search a specific location. And for this video, I'm going to search Angeles City. And there it is in Pampanga. We're going to do a search. That's going to bring up, for some reason, it loses the category when I do this. I don't know why, but I've lost the category. So all categories, come back down, do real estate and real estate for rent, and then house and lot. Let's see here, you can see it showing house and lot, townhouse and subdivision in Angeles City. And you can search on down, scroll on down, I should say, and it'll start listing everything that's available. Now, one other thing I'm going to do, because most people that search for these videos are they're on a tight budget, and so I'm going to put in the search parameters as far as the price range from 3,000 pesos to 5,000 pesos, and hopefully that's going to be per month. And I punch that in, and see we've just got 13 places available in Angeles City, but that will be enough to give you an idea. Now, you look at this, the first one that pops up. I actually know where this subdivision is, called Deca. They've got a wakeboard park there, and these are all fairly new homes. Click on that. It says 4,500 pesos per month. That's roughly $90, probably right around $90. Available June 1, 2019. And it's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. And down here, you always want to search down here for the actual terms, because sometimes when it gives a price, it'll look like a really great deal per month, but it'll actually be per night. Like if it's in Baguio, it could be 3,000 or 4,000 per night. If it's in Tagaytay, it could be 3,000 or 4,000 per night. It could be a weekly price too. So you always got to look and make sure the 4,500 pesos is per month. They want 1 month deposit and 1 month advance, so 9,000, and then they want a utility. This is a high utility deposit, but they want 13,000 to move in. So that's 250, less than $300 to move in. It's not a furnished apartment, but let's take a look at it. What you can get there. I mean, that's a very nice looking kitchen. Lots of storage. That's better than most Filipino homes. And this one thing to look at is the toilet. A lot of really low cost budget rentals sometimes don't have a toilet with a tank. You have to pour a bucket of water in. A lot of them don't have a toilet seat. Little things like that. When you get to the very bare bones, you know, even cheaper than this, then you're going to get into apartments that don't even have toilet seats, and you have to flush them with a bucket. But this is a nice, this is a jealousy windows, which are not the best, but it looks like when you ever see these little covers here that you can open, that usually means there's a screen on there. That's the openings in the screen, so you can actually open the little screen up and reach through and open up the jealousy window. So this actually has screens on, which are very nice because you don't want mosquitoes in your place. They have dengue fever and they also have malaria. So this place already has a screen, so you wouldn't have to add that. Little things like that you'll find make a difference. You want to get there and check the water pressure. The having a more modern toilet. There's little things at this price point that you want to look for. And, This has nice floors. Everything looks well, freshly painted. It looks, nice and bright. Grates on the windows. This is another thing. Some places don't have grates, especially the newer built places. They build a place and then they put it up for rent, and they don't have grates on the windows yet. And then you move in. Maybe they'll put them on once you start paying rent, but maybe they don't have them. And so grates are nice because it gives you added security. So this would be a really nice little rental. This opening back here, you can see it has a piece of plywood in there. That's a spot for an air conditioner. They call it aircon in the Philippines. So that's already in. You don't have to bust a wall out. Now, if you rent a room at a budget price and they don't have a hole already cut in the wall, often they'll let you do that, but they want you to give them some money to so that they can seal it back up. I don't know why they do that, but literally, I've had an aircon put in the wall. They cut a hole in the concrete, and then when I leave, they literally, um, fill it back in with concrete. I don't know why they don't do this and put a piece of plywood in there and have it ready for the next tenant. But the Philippines has all sorts of little interesting ways that they do things here. So, and this is something else. This is really a good deal on this apartment because this has this, they call this a garage, and it's a secured area in the front. It's not very big. You can see there's two motors in there, a scooter or motorcycle. They call them motors in the Philippines. You can see there's two of them in there, so there is some room in there. Gives you an added bit of security. Put your motor in there. You can lock this gate, lock your motor inside there. This is a really really nice little rental. I mean, I look at a lot of rentals online, and this is a nice deal here. But let's go and take a look at a few more. We'll go back here, and here's a rental for 3,500. Doesn't have the gate in the front. It's also an English. It looks like a new apartment. Not as many pictures, so you're not going to get a complete idea. Okay, and so this is how often they'll sell a new home. It has an upstairs, but there's no walls in. So this would all be open. You could literally, get drunk and walk right off this and kill yourself. That's real nice. Jealousy windows doesn't look like there's any screens. So you can, and look, it doesn't even have the light fixtures up here. So it isn't like completely ready to go. Um, and it's quite basic. Looks like the floor even is just concrete and everything's just that like a chalky white color. So this is basically a new home. Probably no one's ever lived there, but it's not as finished as the other one. And when you think about the difference, this one's 3,500. Um, well, actually, if you read this, it says the upstairs is already divided, so it looks like they've done some work since they've taken these pictures. But the other one is $1,000 more, which is roughly 20 US dollars. So you can see the difference in 3,500 and 4,500, and that gives you a little bit of an idea. One thing you can do is also if you don't want to have to furnish a place, we can we'll change the search parameters here. We'll go to 15,000, and I guess we'll go to 5,000, and we'll go here, and that gives you a completely different set of houses down here. But I wanted to do one thing here, and you can see you can pay as much as you want in the Philippines. These are like double the price almost. So, but if you another thing I wanted to check here, I want to put in furnished and just see what pops up, and hopefully it maintains all these search parameters. Looks like you got rid of them. Doggone it. So furnished and for rent, and then well, let's just see what it shows in the Philippines. Um, yeah, this website's a little bit wonky. It looks like it got rid of my search parameters on the cost. You can see it's gone here. So we'll put in 3,000 to 15,000 and go. And this is searching all through the Philippines. And you can see furnished in Manila. You can see the cost is quite a bit higher. I would say the cost when you furnish it goes up more than twice as much. So these places, if they were not furnished, I would say would be about half the price, most likely. If you're sure you're going to be here long term, I think you should really consider um, furnishing it yourself. If you're on a really tight budget, I think in the long run that'll be the best way to go. And just start out with a few of the basics you need. I think you need a mattress, and you'll have to get set up with a way to cook probably. And this is a studio. This is in Pasig, I guess. I don't know how you say that. And I don't know. It doesn't look that furnished to me, but maybe maybe they. I don't know. But you just gotta kind of search around on this site and see what you can find. Go to the next page here real quick and see if we can find a nice little rental. And you know what? I'll put an Angelus again. Oops. All right. And we'll just do a search there for furnished, and Angelus. And it dropped the search parameters on price. And you can see the price can be very high. This is a furnished house with fast Wi-Fi, 14,000. That's 280 a month, and it's got internet included, washing machine and dryer. It includes a lot. You need 33,000 to move in. Let's take a look, and this would maybe be a good way to start your time in the Philippines. You could, if you could negotiate a 3 or 6 month rental here. But I think in time, you want to get into something for under $100 a month, under 5,000 pesos, and then, put in a few furnishings on your own. A lot of the things that you look at in this apartment are quite cheap. This is a very basic mattress and bed, um, very cheap. It already has aircon. You can buy a half horsepower aircon in the Philippines for brand new about 7,000 pesos. You can buy used ones for five. Already has a hot water heater, which is nice. So this apartment is pretty much, and it has a very nice garage area, secured garage. So this would be a nice deal. It includes the Wi-Fi, which is, if it's fast Wi-Fi, that's worth 2,000 pesos a month maybe. So that gives you an idea what a furnished apartment would be worth. But yeah, this OLX site, it's a great site. You can search for other things on here also, and get a real good idea of what things cost. So I'd highly recommend going to this, getting familiar with it, work through the little wonky things that it's got, and you know, it'll get you thinking and get you where you wanna. You can maybe rule out a place if you can't find cheap places to rent there. Maybe I've heard like Cebu. Sometimes people have a hard time finding really inexpensive places to rent there. Um, so there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, hope you'll like it. Maybe subscribe. And I'm going to try and put out more and more videos more consistently here. Uh, God bless everybody. Take care.